How you doing, team up? Hard news of Murdock. Now, things in America has went from bad to worse to utterly ridiculous at this point, with COVID-19 cases on the rise and still no aid in sight because the Democrats and the Republicans are too far apart when it comes to a second stimulus package at this point in time. Now, to make things even worse, the original stimulus package ended on July 24th, which also brought an end to the enhanced unemployment as well as the protections against being evicted at this time. But it seemed like it was going to be a glimmer of light in the darkness because Trump signed an executive order to extend the unemployment benefits as well as eviction moratorium, which was definitely a release to a lot of people in this country. But now we're finding out that those protections don't even go into effect until after September 1st, which leave people like Leslie Nielsen, a 56-year-old woman from Raleigh, Memphis, Tennessee, finding out that she's evicted when she come home from a treatment from COVID. Nelson said the eviction was unexpected and she offered to pay, but he didn't even give me a warning. Now, watching this report really grinded my gears, and I'm pretty sure it's going to do the same to you. Take a look for yourself.
Leslie Nelson's entire life tossed on her front lawn.
No warning, no concern with where she's gonna go.
And according to her friends, the men who evicted Nelson from her Jocelyn Street home today had no concern for her health. The 56-year-old says she has COVID-19.
She's still feeling some of the fatigue and those effects.
And told us she felt too sick to talk on camera after this process server and his men kicked her to the curb. Police officers standing watch to enforce the removal.
Inappropriate, immoral, disgusting.
And it compelled a host of community activists to take action. They came to help Nelson pack after seeing posts about the eviction on social media.
A dozen people have showed up, dedicating their time, potentially putting themselves in harm's way of COVID to do the right thing.
But things took a violent turn when the process server took an antique rifle out of Nelson's house and said he was taking it to his car.
Hey, officer! This was under arrest. He's stealing!
Nelson's supporters stepped in. Before Nelson herself tried to get it back.
Whoa!
The heated situation finally de-escalating when the server said he'd return the rifle before he left, claiming it was his right to temporarily hold on to it.
Just absurd behavior.
Nelson says she was evicted over thousands of dollars in medical debt she never knew existed. She says it belonged to her mother-in-law, who still owns the property, but passed away years ago, leaving a number of things to be worked out in probate court.
It's infuriating. Collecting debt from a deceased person is more important than putting an elderly woman recovering from COVID out on the streets. And that's what they're saying. That's what they did.
Sadly, Nelson is in the hospital tonight. She says the whole ordeal made her so upset that she started having chest pain. Her friends are in the process of putting her stuff in storage and finding her a temporary place to stay until she can find a permanent place to stay. We did reach out to the attorney who represents the estate, but we have not heard back. Live in Raleigh, Andrew Ellison, WRAG News, Channel 3.
Now, unfortunately, she's not the only person out here with this story right about now. There's a lot of people going through the same thing. And the only reason why she's not receiving any help, well, the only reason why none of us are receiving any help, because we made the mistake of being either middle class or poor in America, and unfortunately, we put profits over people, okay? And that's not going to change until we get together and we do something to change it, okay? And with that, that's all I have. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. Remember, the revolution is unclassified. Later.